So we'll go ahead and open the meeting. Good evening. It is now 5:01. This is the Town of Auburn Board of Health meeting.
This conference will now be recorded.
This meeting is being recorded, both audio and visually. And do we have anyone in the audience who is attending this meeting? If you could identify yourself. I'm told we have one person calling in by our IT department, so I want to make sure that you're identified for the meeting.
They may have to unmute their phone in order for us to hear them.
Okay.
I don't hear anybody.
Okay. All right. So we'll keep moving on. If they do pop up, I'll be able to see them on my end here as well. So.
Okay. Thank you.
So we'll call the meeting to order. And I believe without Steve here, we're going to have to forego the reorganization of the board.
Yes, and we will we'll wait till we have the three, and we can do that at the July meeting. We would normally do that anyways.
And we're holding on the approval of the minutes on 3:20 and 5:7.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And moving down into the agenda items, we have a deferment on a hearing at 5 o'clock with a donation box order appeal. The respondent wanted to defer that to our next meeting, and that'll move us to our next hearing at 5:10, which it is a little early. So I wonder if those are the folks that are maybe on. So we'll give it a few minutes, Arlene, if you want to go through your director's items, and at 5:10 we'll see if anyone shows up for the irrigation well request.
Okay, sounds good. So we have quite a few septic projects that are in process right now. With the delay for COVID, things were on hold for a bit, but we have many projects in process now. And then we also wanted to give an update from animal control. So this is the time of year that dog licenses are due. If I could just take a second, and I have a notice from the animal control officer that I would just like to get information out to the public, if that's okay.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, thanks. So animal control routinely sends out reminders through an email database, and if anybody is not on this database and wants to provide their email to the town clerk's office or the animal control officer, she will add you to that reminder list. And dog licenses are due annually on March 31st. However, due to COVID-19, an extension has been granted, and late fees will not be applied to dog licensing accounts until after June 29th, 2020, so at the end of this month. So June 29th, everybody has an extension to get their dog licensed without any late fees. Although Town Hall remains closed to members of the public, there are several ways that people can drop off their dog license. We have the drop box that's located in the back of Town Hall. So if you come up the handicap ramp to the back door, there's a drop box right there. And we also have a service window into the treasurer's office. And you actually don't even have to get out of your car. You can drive up to our kiosk that's located in the Town Hall parking lot, and you can bring your application and fee check in an envelope and drop it off at the kiosk. Additionally, the animal control officer wanted to know if anybody, any pet owner is facing difficulties due to COVID-19 and are in need of assistance for them or their pet, to please reach out to our department for resources. So again, a delay in late fees being added to anybody's dog license account, as long as everybody can license by June 29th. So, the town recognizes that it's been very difficult, and this is a nice way to give people a little extra time to get a dog license.
Okay.
Can I move on to tobacco?
Yep, we have 3 minutes.
So tobacco control, we do have an update regarding a new legislation that has happened at the state level. Eileen, do you want to give a briefing on the regulation?
Hello. We actually do not have the new legislation yet. It's going to be posted tomorrow, but it went in effect on June 1st, and it is to ban flavored tobacco and flavored vape. Actually, flavored vape has been off the shelves since December of 19. However, effective June 1st, this includes menthol. We're working now with the state. They did a nice webinar today to assist the Commonwealth with how we're going to enact the new law and how we're going to inspect the stores, and they're helping us out with signage. So we will be working with them and getting the reg out to all of our establishments and finding out how we're going to move forward for our inspections within the next couple of weeks.
Thank you. Solid waste, a update on solid waste. The town is entering into a new contract, solid waste contract, beginning July 1st. So we are looking forward to that. And also an update on the plastic bag reduction bylaw. As you may recall, we discussed this matter at a previous meeting, and we did bring the board's comments to the Board of Selectmen, and in light of what's happening with COVID and what's happening at the state level regarding plastic bags. So the selectmen at their meeting this week decided to hold off on the plastic bag bylaw indefinitely until we figure out from the state what advisement is on this topic. We're not the only community that is in this situation, so we are looking forward to the state, any advisement that they may provide on that. Central Mass Mosquito Control, we are in the season now that Central Mass will be doing their regular routine testing, and we do have them out already handling complaints and concerns from residents regarding standing water in tires and just no spray request. So those are all being handled through Central Mass Mosquito Control. This is something they do every year. So this is the time I just wanted to notify you.
I have 5:10 now.
Okay.
Should we go to our hearing?
Sure.
And so at 5:10, we have a irrigation well request for 244 Leicester Street. Can I have a motion to open the hearing?
Motion to open the hearing for irrigation well request at 244 Leicester Street.
All right, and I second that. All those in favor of opening the hearing? Aye. All right, hearing is now open. Do we have anyone in the audience or anyone calling in from 244 Leicester Street or any other interested parties that can identify themselves? All right, hearing and seeing none. Do you want to carry on?
Sure, thank you. So we received a request from the property owner at 244 Leicester Street, and I'm just going to bring up the plan here. Just give me 1 second. So this is the septic proposed septic plan that we received. recently, and this is Leicester Street. This is the existing house. It's a 3-bedroom house, and we have proposed septic design. That's what this area is right here. A tank, and there is an existing 3,000-gallon tight tank at this property that's been there for over 20 years. So this property is served by the tight tank currently. It is also served, I don't know if you can see that water line, it's also served by public water, and it has been for many years. I believe it was over 20 years when the tight tank was put in. And then this area right here, it's a little bit, you have to hit the sensor. Oh, there you go. In this area right here, it's a little bit difficult to identify, but near these trees, there is an existing irrigation well. And the owner has had this irrigation well for years. There was actually a previous request to the board for this well. And as part of this septic design, we just wanted to inform the board that this request, I spoke to the property owner about this well, and there is some upgrades that I talked to him that we would like to see. There's like a plywood cover over it, and I think that it can be made more secure. But because it was existing and because it was, I believe, I don't think we have all the paperwork on this from 20-plus years ago. This is an improvement to the site. So a tight tank is put in, usually only in very extreme cases, and has to get DEP approval. We were fortunate to be able to have an engineer come out, and we did soil testing, and they were able to come up with a design for the proposed septic system, which is going to be an improvement to the property and for public health. Over the past 20-plus years, the property owner has had to have this pumped on a regular basis, usually monthly, every 4 to 5 weeks. So you can imagine there's a significant cost for that. So this would be an improvement, having this new system installed. The irrigation well, the owner is agreeable to making the updates for the well that I discussed with him, and I think he has identified there's a reinforced concrete slab over the dug well, and an examination manhole extending about 1 foot above soil grade. He would like to keep it for occasional watering of the garden and lawn. He does identify that it's not connected to the house in any way, and he attaches a hose and pump when needed. He does identify the cost for abandoning the well would be about $1,500, but he has kept it for some time. The only, the concerns that I had was for making, he has had the well in place for some time. The well would need some safety upgrades to make sure that there's not a potential for anything to fall into the well. And we would also just want to verify that plumbing-wise, that all of the plumbing has been completely disconnected, so there is at least proof that we have a licensed plumber has checked that plumbing to make sure it's not in any way connected to the public water supply. I didn't have that paperwork on file, which is not unusual for records that are over 20 years old, but, I did want to bring the request to the board to see if, how you felt about it.
No, I agree. Carolyn, any questions, concerns for you?
No, I have no questions. It seems pretty straightforward.
Okay, so then I would entertain a motion that we approve the well request, consistent with the one stipulation that all requests made by the Director of Public Health are made and kept.
I would like to make a motion to grant the request for the irrigation well with the stipulation that all requests made by the Director of Public Health is completed.
Okay, and I second that. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, that is approved. That is all set.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Let me just see. So I think we were at emergency preparedness. I wanted to just let the board know, I know at our last meeting we had mentioned personal protective equipment that we are trying to request for our emergency trailer, and making sure that we can start putting supplies together in the event that we have to do a mass vaccination for the town. We have identified that at a recent public health meeting with our regional colleagues, and that is being considered at this time, and we're hoping to hear information on that soon. So we just wanted to keep you updated on that front, and obviously, we don't know how soon a vaccine for coronavirus is going to be coming, but we certainly, we want to start preparing now should something come through for the fall or for early next year. I have.
I can't see the agenda, so.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, can you see it now?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And
So I think we got everything on there. I know that we saw the communicable diseases. I didn't have any questions in regards to that.
okay. Thank
And
you.
then the last thing was the COVID-19 emergency action response.
Yes, so I just wanted to keep the board updated. Obviously, the reopening plan at the state level through the governor's office. Phase 2 started the beginning of this week, June 8th, and last week we actually were working on connecting with our restaurants, our licensed restaurants, to see if anybody was interested in preparing for outdoor dining. So we started the conversation last week. We were fortunate to get out a packet that Eileen and Jordan had put together with the building department, and that went out actually last Friday. That gave the opportunity for our restaurant owners to be able to take a look at what the requirements would be for outdoor dining. I'm going to have Eileen just jump in here with some good news to let you know what we heard back from our restaurants. Eileen?
Hi. So we had several people interested in doing outdoor dining. We currently have 3 establishments in town that are open and currently doing outdoor dining. We have several more that are in process and taking the steps needed to open outdoor dining. So it was a smooth process. It worked very well. We had a team work with our establishments, and we're working with all of them as they need assistance to open up.
Excellent. All right. Is there anything else on the agenda at all?
I don't think so. We'll just, I'll have Paula connect with you for a meeting sometime in July, if that
Excellent.
sounds okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn today's meeting, Thursday, June 11th.
Right. I second that. All those in favor? Aye. Adjourned. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.